What's going on, family? Grace and peace. This is your host, Javon Blue, on the Kingdom Talks podcast, where we're going to be talking about God, business, trading, manhood, marriage, and all the real stuff that's happening out there. So listen, sit back, relax, open up your Bibles, open up your notebooks, whatever you got to do, and let's get it. Sheesh, let's go. What up? What's going on, family? Grace and peace to everybody that is listening right now. I'm your host, Javon Blue. And as I always say, I'm excited. Hope you guys are having an amazing day, night, whatever time that you're watching this. And listen, man, we're approaching the new year. We almost to the finish line, family. We almost to the finish line. And it's been an amazing week. It's been an amazing year. With all that's going on, God is still good. God is definitely still good. So for those people that are out there that are still holding on, that are progressing, that are doing what it is that they said that they were going to do, shout out to you, right? Shout out to you, man. You're not lazy. You're not dependent on other people to do stuff for you. But those people who took it upon themselves to strap up their boots and get busy, 10 toes down out here, shout out to you. Because I want to speak to you guys today. Right. I want to speak to you guys. And the title of this podcast is Committing to Mastery. Right. Commit to mastery, committing to mastery, whatever the case may be. But I want you guys to really hear me when I say making the commitment to master the skill that you're doing right now. A lot of people, what they do is, they do something, they do a job, they do a skill, they do whatever the case may be. And you could be doing it good. You could even be doing it great. But here's the thing. When we're talking about mastery, there's a different supernatural level within you that you have to tap into. Right? There's a different level that you have to go through. And I'm talking about it may cost you more than it costs you for you to be good. It may even cost you more than it probably costs you for you to be great. Because when you're talking about mastery, you're talking about literally becoming selfless so that something else may rise. And that's that mastery thing. Like, you have to literally look at yourself as nothing and focus more on the actual thing, because you know that, hey, listen, if I deny myself, right, if I crucify my flesh to this thing, then I know that it's going to be my spirit man that I have to tap into in order for me to really execute how I want to execute when it comes to mastery. But when it comes to commitment, family, the commitments that you make in your life will set you up for, the foundation of the mastery, basically. Because when you're mastering a skill, the first thing before that actually happens is you have to make the decision. The decision you have to make is, I am committed until it happens. I am committed until whatever it is that I said that I'm going to do, I'm going to commit to that thing, and that is it. If you guys ever read Mastery by Robert Greene, he has a couple other books as well. He says something in there, and he says, the time that leads to mastery is dependent on the intensity of your focus. Right? Robert Greene says the time that leads to mastery. So when he's saying that time that leads to mastery, that's a commitment right there. The time that it takes for you to commit, because the truth of the matter is this: all it takes is a decision. Everything in your life takes a decision, but you have to give it time for that decision to be made, because most people can't make decisions. But it's not until they make that decision within their heart, within their mind, within their spirit, that now they're ready for mastery. So he said the time that leads to mastery is dependent on the intensity of your focus. See, when you're talking about mastering your skill, There's an intentionality that has to come with that. You have to be intentional, right? You have to be intentional about what it is that you're doing and where it is that you're going. But as you're being intentional, there must come some intensity with that. Like it has to be some fire behind the intentionality, right? Because it's only when you are intense about something that you're focused about something. It's only when you're intentional about something that you're focused about it. Like your focus on mastery should be so disgusting that people should look at you and be like, yo, what are you doing? Because it's not even going to make sense to you, family. It's not even going to make sense to you to the point where you're probably not even going to recognize your flesh, because you done tapped into your spirit, man, to a level that you're like, man, I ain't never reached this level. But you're going somewhere. And where you're going, it's going to require you to sacrifice who you are. See, who you are right now is not going to get you to that mastery point that you want to go. It's not going to get you there. So maybe you have to fast. Maybe you have to pray. Maybe you have to spend 10, 20 more hours on what it is that you're doing. But the goal is this: commit to mastering it. Too many of us want to just sit back and be mediocre and do things just for the sake of doing them. But what would happen if you tap into an intensity of focus towards the skill that you have acquired? Right? Robert Greene says something else as well. He says, become who you are by learning who you are. Become who you are by learning who you are. See, who you are now, you've learned that person. That's why you function well within it. Jesus, probably went over somebody's head. Who you are now, you already know that person. You don't know the person that commits to mastery yet. You don't know the person that you're trying to get to yet. You only know the person who you are right now. But in order for you to become that person that is a master within their skill, you must learn the characteristics. You must learn the attitude. You must learn the spirit of the person who you want to become. So guys, I want you, whatever skill that it is. And if you don't have a skill, you must acquire a skill, family. Your job is good, but it does not define you. What is it that you do? What is that gift that you do, that skill that you have that you need to develop right now so that you can master it? Because it's only in mastery, family. It's only in mastery where people will literally lay money at your feet, where they will lay their time at your feet to get what you have. And that's that information. I want to read something else that Robert Greene says. He says, it is in fact the height of selfishness to merely consume what others create and to retreat into a shell of limited goals and immediate pleasures. I'm going to read that again. Good God. He says, it is in fact the height of selfishness to merely consume what others create and to retreat into a shell of limited goals and immediate pleasures. Did you guys catch that? Meaning that you are selfish if you only consume and never give. This is why the wealthiest people in the world, the greatest people in the world, I would even say, they give. I want you guys to learn as if you're going to teach. right? Learn as if you're going to teach, because it's only when you start to learn as if you're teaching where you grasp things differently. But here's the thing, you're doing it with the intent of blessing someone else. Everything that you do is not for you. It's for somebody else. So by you committing to mastery, while you focusing on mastering whatever skill that you have, you must do it in a way where you're going to give the best that you have to the next person. That's the beauty of committing to mastery, because as you're committing to mastery, you're going to know so much more about yourself. I'm a trader and I teach people how to trade. And I remember when I first started, I was like, man, like this is good, but I want to be better. I want to be better. I want to be better. And I would spend hours, guys, when I talk about I would spend hours on hours and hours and hours on the chart, and I would fall asleep out here doing, like, marking up my charts, marking up my support, marking up my resistance, my trend lines, doing my Fibonacci's. Everything that I was doing far as trading, I would spend hours doing it. That's why I can teach it. See, if you can't teach something, you don't know it to the point of mastery. You don't know it to the point of mastery. It's only until you master it, meaning that you did this thing 100 times, and you can teach it in a way where a person can literally do half the time and get the same results that you get. Right? You guys get that? So I want you guys to commit to mastery. I want you guys to focus on taking that skill, mastering that skill, and becoming something greater than you have ever seen before. And here's the thing. People are going to notice it before you do. That's when you know it's great. People will notice your mastery before you do. So guys, whatever skill that you have, whatever it is that you have, whatever it is that your gift is, master it and make it better. Good is not good enough. Great is not great enough. You want to become a master in your field. You want to become a master within your industry. And I promise you, you will level up as a person, and the people around you will level up as whatever it is that they're doing. Right? They're just gonna be like, yo, like, the fact that you've committed is now blessing my life. So I want you guys to go out there and commit to mastery and watch other lives around you start to change as well. I will see you guys on the next episode. Let's get it. Yo, what up, Kingdom family? Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. Listen, I want you to hit up the block, hit up your job, hit up your family, your campus, your friends, whatever the case may be. Send them this episode. Let them know what we got going on. And I will see you guys on the next one. Let's get it.